So the important aspects of working with students with disabilities, and this is something that is really important to me from a personal standpoint, because I have a son who's blind, and I've had to deal with that, and my wife has had to deal with that, and my son has had to deal with that his entire life as we've been going through the schools and the school systems, and the most important thing, I think, when you're working with students who have disabilities is recognizing that you don't understand exactly what they need to do to be successful because you've never experienced that disability before. And so, when I'm working with my son who's blind, I have never been blind. I have observed him for 25 years, so I have a good picture of some of the struggles that he has had, but I can't really put myself in his shoes. So I have to listen to him to understand what his needs really are. And so when we're working with students who have disabilities, the most important thing is to work with them directly, to listen to them, to recognize what their needs are. And then obviously you have to work with the experts that are in your environment. And at most of our universities, those are going to be the Office of Disability Services or whatever the equivalent would be at other schools, and work with them to understand what's the best practice relative to helping that student to succeed. And honestly, each student's going to be different. Whether they have the same disability or not, each one of them is going to be different in terms of what their needs are going to be, because they all have different skill sets, just like any students that we have. And again, I come back to the blindness because of my son, but there are skills of blindness that blind people develop, and some people develop those skills much better than others, and you have to work with that whole spectrum. Within our veterinary students, obviously it's not blindness that we're dealing with very often, but it's learning disabilities, and it's anxiety disorders are the biggest set of disabilities that we see. And working with those students, each one is going to be different, and you have to listen to them as you're trying to figure out what is it that we need to do to help that student succeed.